Most church media teams are treating their church's social media pages as notice boards. You just come to dump event announcements, event flyers, event promos, and go. You are not creating any meaningful content. Mind you, the media work that you are doing is a ministry, and as a ministry, you must minister to your followers. Dear church media guys, gather here, let's have a conversation. I want to specially welcome you to this episode on the Church Media Podcast. And today I want to discuss something that is peculiar, something that we have all been discussing about. It is one of the questions that I get mostly in my DMs because of this church media thing that I do. And the question is, why am I not able to grow following on social media? And I have taken the pain to go through a lot of churches' social media pages, and I have listed these 5 most important reasons why you are not growing followers on your social media platforms. And if you are able to look at these things that I'm about to outline and work on them well, I know and I believe that you are going to grow on all your social media platforms. So without wasting much time, let's go into the conversation for the day. One of the main challenges that I realize why most churches don't grow on social media is the fact that they are not consistent. They are not consistent with their postings on social media. Now, let's take your church's social media as a TV show. The TV show up this week and it goes mute for 1 month and then come and drop another and go for 2 weeks and come and drop another. People will lose interest and people will not be able to follow. It is the same as social media. If you are not consistent with whatever that you are doing, with your postings, with the release of your content, definitely people are going to switch away. So the first key to growing your social media following is consistency. Now, when I talk about consistency, I don't mean that you are expected to post every day. No. If you want to post one content every week, stay consistent to it so that your followers will know that at least every week we are getting this content from your church. If it is Monday that you are posting, make sure that you release the content every Monday so that the audience will be able to monitor your release so that they can follow it. So make sure that you are very consistent. Inconsistency would definitely kill your followership because the people will not know what to expect and they will not come back. Do you get it? So if you want to grow followers on social media, make sure that consistency is number 1. If you have the capacity and you'll be able to release content every day, make sure you do it. Release content every day. You see, one thing about social media is that the more you release content, the more the algorithm suggests your content to people. So you can decide that, okay, every day I'm going to release a content. And it is not difficult releasing content every day. Let me be frank with you. For churches, it is not difficult. All that you need is a plan. Another reason I realize why most churches are not growing followers on social media is the fact that their content are poor. Let me be frank and let me be blunt. Most of you, your content are poor. Your videos are not stable. Your sounds are not crisp. Your graphics are not nice. Some of you go to the extent of just using AI. I'm not saying using AI for graphics is bad. If you are able to give your prompt well, if you are using paid versions of these AI generation platforms, it will give you nicer flyers for your program. But if you just go on these free versions and just dump any prompt anyhow, the results will just be anyhow. And that is why people are not following your pages. Your content is bad. So if you want to create content, look at your capacity, the church that you are handling. What are the tools that are available for you? Then you create content that will benefit your audience so that you don't just dump any bad content on them. In this generation where people have tasted quality, if you do not give them quality, they will not stay. That is a fact. So if you want to grow on social media, make sure that your content are quality, your audio is crisp. I don't know if you have noticed, when you are watching a video on this streaming platform, let's say Netflix, Prime, YouTube, what have you, if your network is not stable, they will drop the quality of the video, but then the quality of the audio stays consistent. Why? Because as I said earlier on, your audience may be able to forgive you if your video is bad, but if your audio is bad, trust me, they are not going to forgive you. So how then do you handle this situation? Your church media team may not have the sophisticated gadgets yet, but trust me, there may be someone in your congregation who is using the latest iPhone, or who will be using the latest phones that have great quality that will help you create content. Just go to them, speak to them. We want to use your phone to create content, probably after service or during service. They will gladly give it to you for you to create that quality content that you are looking for, so that you can put your church up there. Now, when you talk about audio, there are these cheap lapel microphones around that you can use to create the content that you are looking for. If it is not a talking content too, you can decide to, after creating your videos, you will not use the audio of the video and post online. If it is a praise session, you will take the footage of the people dancing, enjoying in church, but then you replace the audio with probably another audio somewhere that perfectly sync with the dancing moves and others, so that your audience will be able to follow whatever that is happening. If your audio is bad, they will not forgive you, trust me. So if you want to grow more followers on social media, make sure that your content is crisp. Make sure that the quality is top notch. Make sure that you are not just doing anything for doing sake. Because if you create your content anyhow, you are going to get anyhow followers. The third thing I will talk about is the fact that most churches lack engagement. You see, social media is a two-way affair. It is not a notice board where you just come and dump content and run away. But then it's a platform for engagement. So if you want to grow on social media, make sure you increase your engagement. Now, how do you increase your engagement? If you post and someone comes to drop a comment, make sure you reply to that comment. Do not leave any comment unattended to on your social media platform, regardless of whatever the comment may be. Make sure you respond to it, reply, react, love it, whatever the issue may be. Create engagement. Make sure that you generate conversations around the content that you create. Sometimes you see, most churches will just come and drop the content and vanish. Someone will come and comment and there will be no response. Someone will come and like and there will be no response. Someone will even come and ask questions on their platforms and there will be no response. If you want to grow on social media, engagement is something you can never take out of it. This is how it works. When you create engagement around your content, the system will be notified that people like that content. That is why they are engaging with it. That is why they are liking it. That is why they are sharing it. That is why they are commenting on it. So the more your engagement on your content is growing, then the algorithm will begin to recommend the content to other people. Do you get it? So if you are not creating engagement on your content, the algorithm will not see the necessity or the needed reason why they have to recommend your content to others. So if you want the algorithm to recommend your content to others, make sure that you create engagement. As I said earlier on, make no comments go unreacted to. Even if you cannot reply anything, just like that comment or drop a heart emoji for that comment. Make sure that you are creating the engagement. When it happens like that, your audience will feel that they are being seen, their voices are being heard, and they will always come back to your platform to come and look for more. And the algorithm, on the other hand, will also push your content to other people. So you can never do away with engagement if you want to grow on social media. I have said this many times that your church's social media pages are not notice boards. They are not announcement platforms. When you just come and dump announcement on social media, people will not follow. You see, about 90% of your followers on social media may not be insiders. And when I say they may not be insiders, what I mean is that they may not be people of your congregation. So most of these flyers, these announcements that we share are, if we will be honest to ourselves, are irrelevant to outsiders. If I come on social media and I see your midweek service flyer, it is irrelevant to me because, take it for example, I'm in Accra, your church is in Tamale, or your church is in the New York or your church is in Canada, your church is in Nigeria, and you are inviting people for your midweek service. I'm in Ghana. There is no way I'm going to fly to your destination to join your midweek service. So that flyer may not be relevant to me as an outsider. But if I'm a member of your church and I see this, then you are communicating to me. With that being said, most of us as church media people, the mistake that we do is that we are treating our social media pages as notice boards where we only come and dump announcements. So when you scroll through a lot of church media pages, all that you are seeing is event flyers, event announcements, promo for events. So it is just like your page has become an announcement page or just a notice board. One thing we have to realize is that our social media page is an extension of our church auditorium. So whatever you give to your congregants in church, you should replicate the same thing on your social media platforms. So create content that will nourish your audience, that will inspire your audience, that will entertain your audience. Yes, you see, sometimes people say that the church is not for entertainment and what have you. Mind you, we are a family of God. And so if we cannot entertain ourselves in our family house, then where should we go for entertainment from? So content that you are releasing, make sure that it is edifying, it is discipling, it is teaching, it is encouraging, it is entertaining, it is motivating. Do you get it? But in all that you are doing, do not forget the core mandate of us as Christians is to win souls, is to disciple souls. So the content that you are putting out there, let these aspects reflect so that when the people are engaging with your content, they will be able to grow and they'll be able to be nourished. Another thing I want to talk about under this same point is the fact that make sure the content that you are creating are content that are shareable. If I come to your page and I watch a content that inspires me, I want to share it to another person for the person to also be inspired. If I watch a content from your page and it ministers to me, I enjoy it, I also want my friend to enjoy it, so I'll share to them. So by creating shareable content or content that engage, it will bring us back to the previous point that I talked about, that your content must be engaging. So if your people are sharing your content, then social media or the algorithm will also be recommending your content to other people so that they can also enjoy it. And then lastly, social media is all about strategy. Most churches have no plan. Most churches have no strategy. Most churches are just dumping content without strategy. You cannot grow on social media when you do random stuff. Your content must be strategized. Who are you creating the content for? What is your target audience? Where can you find your target audience? Which content works best for you? When do you have to post your content? All these things, you must study your social media analytics to understand some of these things that I'm talking about so that you can tailor your content to these specific people. So when you check your analytics, you know when most of your followers are online. So you release the content within those periods. If you check the analytics and you realize that most of your audience are Gen Zs, you create content that appeal to them. And mind you, this is their world. They sleep on social media. If your social media will grow as a church, it depends on these Gen Zs. So make sure that you are creating content that appeal to them. Even as you are creating content to suit your audience, do not leave out the salient factors or the salient point. You can package it in their language that they will understand so that they will be able to enjoy it. So do not just post for posting's sake. Make sure that you have a strategy. Make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that you are not just doing random posts. Plan your content. Have strategies. If you do not have strategies, you will not be able to grow on social media. One thing that you have to know is that without strategy, growth becomes slow and inconsistent. So if you want to grow on social media, make sure you are fixing these things that I have talked about, and you will see an astronomical growth on your followership on social media. My name is Brakoku Simon, and this is the Church Media Podcast. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button, turn on the post notification so that whenever I release a new video, you will get the first hand notification. I will see you again in my next video. Peace out.